Okay, today we're going to be talking about changing a percent to a fraction, and then a fraction back to a percent. So for example, let's say I have 135%. Okay, and I want to make that into a fraction. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is copy the number without the percent sign and make that the numerator of my fraction, or the top number. Okay, so 135 is my numerator. And then anytime you change a percent to a decimal, the denominator is always going to be 100. Okay, so now I have 135% is the same thing as 135 out of 100. Okay, my last step is that I have to simplify my fraction. Okay, and I'm going to do so by changing it to a mixed number. Okay, so 100 will go into 135 one time. That leaves me with 35 left over, and I keep my denominator. Okay, and then I have to think, will that simplify more? And the answer is yes, it will. Okay, 35 over 100 is not in simplest form. I can divide both by 5. Okay, because if you remember those divisibility rules, any number that ends in 5 and 0 is always divisible by 5. Okay, so 35 divided by 5 is 7. And 100 divided by 5 is 20. And I'm left with 1 7/20, which is now in simplest form. And I'm done. Okay, now what if I want to change a fraction to a percent? Okay, for example, if I have 2 3/4, okay, and I want to make that a percent, the first thing I'm going to do is change the mixed number 2 3/4 into an improper fraction. Okay, so to do that, if you remember, 4 times 2 is 8, plus 3 is 11, and I keep my denominator as 4. Okay, so now I have 2 3/4 is equal to 11 over 4. Okay, and now step 2, I'm going to divide my numerator, my top number, by the denominator. Okay, so that means 11 divided by 4. Okay, and to do that, we're going to have to do some long division. So 11 goes on the inside, right? Remember, the numerator is always inside. And 11 divided by 4, 4 will go into 11 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Subtract, I'm left with 3. Okay, I'm going to have to add my decimal and bring a 0 down. Okay, 4 will go into 37 times. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract, I'm left with 2. Bring another 0 down. 4 will go into 25 times. Okay, so 11 divided by 4 is 2.75. Now I need to change my decimal answer, 2.75, to a percent by using those steps we talked about previously. When we change a decimal to a percent, we will move our decimal 2 places to the right, 1, 2. And we now have 275.0, and which is the same thing as 275 at our percent sign. and 275%.